The public outcry toward the president's dangerous ban over the weekend was massive, and the president is clearly eager to shift attention away. You notice that every time something gets hot, he changes the subject. He changes the subject. He's an illusionist. If you see now, you see it. Now you don't. So when the heat was turned up by people turning out at airports throughout the country, probably surprised him. He decided to move up his announcement of his Supreme Court justice from Thursday to Tuesday.
You know this is not a Muslim ban. If it were, I would be against it. We are a tolerant, pluralistic country. We are and we will be. It's really important. The bill we passed last year, if you recall, after the Paris shooting, it became clear to us that one of the terrorists infiltrated the refugee population coming from Syria. So we wanted to make sure that didn't happen here in this country. That's just sort of like National Security 101. And then when we inquired among our professionals at Homeland Security and the FBI, can you properly vet these people to make sure that this doesn't happen in America? They said, no, we can't. And so that's why we passed legislation with 289 votes, big bipartisan bill, saying let's pause this program until we can figure out how to get it right. That's effectively what this is about.
So there should be no doubt in anyone's mind as to where we are on the sanctions. They're not there. Somebody said, what was the statement? They said, if they reduce their nuclear arsenal, then we'll lift the sanctions. Sanctions have nothing to do with their nuclear arsenal. They have to do with their military aggression. And that's where the relationship is. So I'm concerned about it, but as I've said before, I'm more concerned about what do the Russians have on Donald Trump that he's all of a sudden flirting with the idea that he might lift those sanctions.
I would be in favor of additional sanctions on Iran. I think I'd like to put as much toothpaste back in the tube as possible. I think the last administration appeased Iran far too much. I think they went too far with Iran, and I think as a result, Iran is far more activist than it otherwise would be. Iran, don't forget, is the largest, greatest sponsor of terrorism in the world, the biggest state sponsor of terrorism in the world.